summarize your report on the Clippers, Steve Ballmer, and Kawhi Leonard.
Hello, Dan. We got to stop meeting like this. It's always something when we get together. You may recall how in 2019, the NBA investigated the signing of Kawhi Leonard by the Clippers. This was the Uncle Dennis story, him asking for all these sweeteners, these side deals. This was the Lakers, the Raptors, very mad. Lots of teams very mad. NBA investigates, says this is a cardinal sin, salary cap circumvention, but they find nothing. Today, we have given something, I dare say, to anybody who cares about this stuff. And the stuff here is kind of wild. This is a story that started because of a company called Aspiration, which no one really remembers, in fairness. But they had signed some of the most famous people in the world to be endorsers. Leonardo DiCaprio, Drake, Robert Downey Jr., Cindy Crawford, Cindy Crawford's daughter. All people who endorsed this climate change company that planted trees to zero out your carbon footprint, like good guys, only for those same good guys to have since been embroiled in what has been concurrent Department of Justice and SEC investigations that have resulted in guilty pleas by one of the co-founders of the company, a prominent Democratic politician and donor named Joe Sandberg, who happens to have also been a buddy of Steve Ballmer. And Steve Ballmer, in this story, we establish and report using over 3,000 documents and 7 sources from inside the company, put in $50 million of his own money into Aspiration. Very long windup. I apologize for taking so long. Here's the punchline. The endorsement deal that was the biggest, that Aspiration signed, given all those A-list Avengers, happened to be Kawhi Leonard. $28 million, more than 4 times the rest of the celebrity roster combined. And the kicker, you might argue, is that he didn't do anything. It was a no-show job, did nothing, wasn't obligated to do anything, which we can explain if you want. But the point being, it was a secret deal that no one knew about until now.
In the world of professional basketball, the lights are blinding, the contracts colossal, and the stakes higher than ever. But behind the roar of the crowd, behind the slam dunks and the highlight reels, there are shadows. Shadows where money moves in silence. Shadows where reputations can crumble with a single revelation. And now, the Los Angeles Clippers, their billionaire owner Steve Ballmer, and their superstar Kawhi Leonard stand accused of orchestrating one of the most audacious backdoor deals in NBA history. A deal worth $28 million, and not a dribble, dunk, or endorsement to show for it. Pablo Torre reports the documents are clear. Aspiration, a so-called eco-friendly tree planting company, funneled $28 million into Kawhi Leonard's KL2 Aspire LLC. The catch? He didn't have to lift a finger. In fact, the contract explicitly said Leonard could decline to do anything and still collect every cent. For years, fans wondered, why did Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most enigmatic stars, choose the Clippers over the Lakers, over Toronto, even over championship-ready teams that begged for his talent? Some chalked it up to lifestyle, to the bright lights of Los Angeles. But new evidence suggests there may have been more, much more, lurking beneath the surface. Buried in the paperwork was a bombshell clause. Leonard's $28 million wasn't just free money. It was conditional. Conditional on one thing, remaining a Clipper. A contract hidden in plain sight. A deal that critics claim was designed to sidestep the NBA's strict salary cap rules. Everyone inside the company knew what this was. We weren't paying Kawhi Leonard to plant trees. We were paying him to stay with the Clippers. This was a salary cap workaround, plain and simple. And of course, there was Dennis Robertson, Uncle Dennis, Leonard's advisor, already infamous in NBA circles for allegedly seeking impermissible benefits back in 2019. He was the middleman, the architect, the man who ensured the money flowed. Steve Ballmer responds by saying, "This is outrageous. Neither I nor the Clippers circumvented any rules. Any claim to the contrary is false, completely false. The Clippers, through Ballmer, deny everything. They call the allegations baseless, the evidence misrepresented. But as the NBA launches its investigation, the optics couldn't be worse. A bankrupt company, a superstar making millions for doing nothing, a billionaire owner who has already poured billions into chasing a championship, now accused of buying loyalty in the shadows. The comparisons to history are swift. Fans recall the Minnesota Timberwolves' infamous illegal deal with Joe Smith, which cost them 5 years of draft picks. Could the Clippers, already short on future assets, be facing the same fate? As the storm intensifies, Leonard's silence only adds fuel to the fire. The man of few words now speaks none at all, leaving fans, critics, and the league to speculate endlessly. Adam Silver responds, "We are aware of the allegations involving the Los Angeles Clippers and Kawhi Leonard. An investigation has been opened, and we will pursue it fully. And with that, the league's hammer looms. The NBA has punished stars and franchises before, but never a player of Leonard's stature, never a team owned by one of the richest men in America. The stakes couldn't be higher. A superstar's reputation, a billionaire's legacy, an entire franchise's future. Kawhi Leonard was supposed to be the Clippers' savior, the man who would deliver the franchise from decades of futility. Steve Ballmer, the exuberant billionaire, was supposed to be the owner who did everything right. But now, their legacies hang by a thread. If proven guilty, Leonard could go down not just as one of the NBA's most enigmatic players, but as one of its most controversial. And Ballmer, once hailed as the most passionate owner in sports, could be branded as the man who tried to buy the system itself. The NBA's investigation is just beginning. The evidence is mounting, and the whispers are turning into shouts. Did Kawhi Leonard and Steve Ballmer orchestrate a $28 million shadow deal to cheat the system? Or are they victims of a smear campaign, their reputations unfairly dragged through the mud? One thing is certain. This is not just a story about basketball. It's a story about power, about money, and about the lengths men will go to win. The question remains, when the truth finally comes out, will the Clippers' empire stand tall or collapse under the weight of its own deception?